I had always been a staunch materialist, until the night of my second cousin's seventh-day funeral, when he appeared in my dream. He claimed that inflation in the underworld was severe, leaving him unable to afford an air conditioner, and demanded I burn one for him. I dismissed it as nothing more than a nightmare, and paid it no mind. Yet, to my surprise, the following day, a strange liquid began to seep from my phone screen, and a message slowly formed. No air conditioner? Your elder's corpse is practically melting down here. To appease my irritable cousin, I had no choice but to go and burn him a paper air conditioner. I was even thoughtful enough to include a solar power bank along with it. Who could have guessed that this gesture would be like poking a hornet's nest? The very next day, a long line of wandering spirits and ghosts had gathered at my doorstep. Great Master, buy me a PS5. It must be the version with the disc drive. I hear the new God of War title is about to be released. Get me a handheld console, and it has to be the OLED model. I want to play Legend of Zelda. Young man, burn a facial lifting machine for me. Either a thermage or an therapy unit will do. It's because of that Mr. Wang, who just moved into the grave next to mine. He was a university professor while alive, and he wants to seize this opportunity. I stared at the stack of underworld currency in my hands, lost in deep contemplation. If I took this pile to the underworld bank, I wonder how much real money I could exchange it for. Just as I was lost in my calculations, a faint, lingering fragrance drifted over. The crowd of ghosts parted to make way, and a slender female spirit approached, her head bowed low. My dear, could you burn a boyfriend for me? My requirements are not high, he just needs to be like you. It seemed the scope of my services had slightly exceeded reasonable limits. Looking into their expectant gazes, I felt a throbbing headache coming on. Everyone, please. There is no need to rush. I have already placed the orders. Transdimensional shipping is a bit sluggish, after all. Return to your resting places and wait for news. I've talked until my throat is parched. I finally managed to persuade the gathering of spirits to disperse. If you do not agree, my dear, I shall not leave. Ah, beautiful lady, what is your name? This service of burning a boyfriend for the deceased, it seems. The technical difficulty is rather high, is it not? My name is Nguyen Khan Khan, and I have no need for paper offerings. They all say that you possess vast supernatural powers, capable of bridging the realms of the living and the dead. I desire only you, my dear sir. Witnessing this scene, I realized that she had set her sights on me. Lady Khan Khan, the living and the dead are separated by an insurmountable divide. I am aware, but I simply find you to be a truly remarkable man. Just as the conversation between Nguyen Khan Khan and me reached a critical point, my phone rang. It was a message from my second uncle. You are truly the most exceptional nephew in this entire underworld. The ghosts are currently lining up at your house just to borrow the air conditioning. The queue is so long, it stretches all the way to the Nahe Bridge. Looking at my uncle's message, a bold idea immediately ignited within my mind. Is this not a prime opportunity for commerce? The needs of these spirits are the very key to my prosperity. As for the question of whether underworld currency can be exchanged for real wealth, that is a matter to study in due time. With this thought, I immediately devised a plan with my second uncle. Second uncle, let us orchestrate a grand endeavor. I shall handle the procurement of goods in the mortal realm, while you take charge of distribution in the underworld. We shall establish a brand called Yinjian Tiangshuan. I shall serve as the CEO, and you will be the regional manager. What do you think? Approved. I shall go and petition King Yama for a business license immediately. And just like that, my Yinjian Tiangshuan project was launched with lightning speed. For the first shipment, I selected smartphones with the lowest technical requirements but the highest demand. Great Master, I have received the phone. This device is truly miraculous. But how does one log into Honor of Kings? Simply use the identification number I burned for you to register. Great Master, my ex-wife has blocked me from viewing her timeline. Is there any way to bypass this? Young man, please teach this old woman how to activate the beauty filter. I am planning to make a video call to Mr. Wang, my husband. Why does the people nearby feature only show neighbors from around my burial ground? Reading these messages, even though I was exhausted and frazzled from handling customer support, seeing the mountain of underworld currency piling up in my home, my heart was filled with immense joy. Finally, the task is complete. Coming to rush an order at such a late hour, leave it until tomorrow. We are the Underworld City Enforcement Officers conducting a routine inspection. City Enforcement? Has the jurisdiction of the Underworld truly expanded to this extent? Good heavens. How on earth could it be Oxhead and Horseface? They look exactly as described in the ancient myths. You two officers have surely had a taxing journey. May I ask, what brings you here? Someone has reported you for operating without a license, disrupting the market order of the Netherworld. Come with us. Could it be that a rival has sabotaged me? Officers, this is all a misunderstanding. I am merely a small-scale merchant. Please, for the sake of our neighborhood ties, I ask you to show leniency. HMPH, spare us these games. Lord Black Mountain has decreed that all underworld currency transactions must be conducted through his ghost aides. You brat, You have broken the law, officers. My husband has violated the rules for the first time. He is not yet familiar with the regulations. I implore you to show mercy. Since Lady Nguyen has pleaded on your behalf, we shall grant you this courtesy. Listen well, brat. Tomorrow at midnight, go to the Ghost Market at the western suburbs demon-devouring field to pay your respects to Lord Black Mountain. Should you arrive late, you will bear the consequences yourself. Husband, this Lord Black Mountain is not someone to be trifled with. He has reigned as a ghost king for centuries, and every wandering soul and malevolent spirit must pay tribute to him. By conducting business like this, you have encroached upon his wealth. Where is this ghost market? It is a market established by Lord Black Mountain. All transactions in the underworld must take place there, and he extracts a 30% tax. Utterly tyrannical. HMPH. A 30% tax is even more ruthless than the greediest capitalists. Tomorrow at midnight, my husband. You cannot go there. Under the command of the Black Mountain Lord are 8 ghost generals, each more ferocious than the last. You are but a mere mortal. Going there is no different than throwing your life away. Rest assured, I am not going there to fight. I am going there to negotiate a business deal. So, this is the entrance to the Black Mountain Lord's marketplace? This is a forbidden area for the living. Get out. I am Lin Xiao, the CEO of the Yin Talisman Selection brand. I request an audience with the Black Mountain Lord to discuss a business venture worth hundreds of billions. Stand there and wait. I shall go inside and report this to the Black Mountain Lord. The Lord has granted you permission to enter. So, you are the mortal who dared to break our laws? Black Mountain Lord, I have not come here to break the law. I have come here to establish a new order. Oh? Bring it here and let me see. A business proposal. You brat, do not try any tricks with me. You dare to interfere with my business, and yet you still have the gall to speak so boldly? My lord, times have changed. This is the era of information, where people prioritize platform economics and user experience. Your method of collecting protection money is far too outdated. Within this server, I have built an online trading system specifically for the underworld. All ghosts and spirits can now place orders online. I will be responsible for sourcing goods from the mortal realm and shipping them down here. It is both convenient and efficient, with absolutely no intermediaries to skim the profits. And where is my share? We can form a partnership. You are the most powerful force in this region. You can contribute capital to become our exclusive partner here. The profits from the platform will be split 70-30 in my favor. Ha! You little wretch, have you lost your mind? You dare propose a 30-70 split with our Lord? And you even have the audacity to demand 70 for yourself and leave us with a mere 30? HMPH. Truly a person who does not know the meaning of life and death. How interesting. It has been many years since someone dared to speak to me in such a manner. I will accept your offerings, but your conditions are unacceptable to me. My rule is simple. Once you enter my territory, every business transaction must be dictated by my hand alone. I offer you 2 choices. First, obediently hand over the foundation for this wretched underworld operation of yours. From this day forward, you shall serve as a procurement agent under my command. I guarantee you wealth and prestige, and even in death, a favorable position will be waiting for you in my domain. Or, I shall personally crush your 3 souls and 7 spirits, ensuring you can never be reincarnated for eternity. And what if I choose neither? Then I will bring the spectral woman in red who backs you here to deal with her first. Just try touching her and see what happens. HMPH. Keep your eyes open and see if I dare or not. Guards, immediately ascend to the mortal realm and ransack this brat's residence. Capture that spectral woman and bring her here at once. As you command, my lord. Whoosh Haishanjun. It has been several hundred years, yet your hot-headed temperament has not changed in the slightest. Lord Wuxiang, why have you come here in person? This young man, you are not to touch him. You must be Lin Chu, correct? Not bad. You possess both courage and a very innovative mind. Lord Yama has a message he wishes for me to convey to you. Cough, cough. The underworld authorities place great importance on this project for the afterlife. Your registration application has been approved, effective today. You are now the officially sanctioned, exclusive supplier for the underworld. All business operations will be under the direct supervision of the underworld authorities. No local faction whatsoever is permitted to interfere. This is the business license personally approved by Lord Yama himself. Hold on to it carefully. Lord Bai. This does not conform to the established regulations. He is a living human being, after all. What regulations are you speaking of? The current regulations of the underworld are focused on reform and innovation to revitalize our economy. Comrade Lin Chu's business model is instrumental in improving the living standards of the masses in the underworld. It is a monumental achievement, benefiting the country and the people. Is that it? Do you have some kind of objection? Your flair for flattery is truly impressive. No, this subordinate would not dare. It is best that you do not. I seem to hear earlier that someone intended to lay a hand on the family of a merchant, sanctioned by the underworld, within this support zone. It is a misunderstanding. It is all merely a misunderstanding. I was merely jesting with Boss Lin. Why are you still standing there like idiots? Quickly, go and offer your apologies to Boss Lin. Boss Lin? I was blind and failed to recognize your brilliance. I beg you, be the bigger man and spare us. Very well. I shall leave this place in your hands. I still have souls to collect. My quota is still too short. I shall take my leave now. Your family member, Guyan Khan, is quite extraordinary. I have already consulted her entry in the Book of Life and Death. She is truly ill-fated. See that you treat her well. Boss Lin, surely you see that what just transpired was merely a misunderstanding. As for our cooperation, we can certainly discuss the terms again. What would you say to a 20/80th split? 80/20ths? Cooperation, you said? In my business plan, I do not seem to recall any clauses regarding a partnership with local underworld syndicates. Black Mountain Lord, I shall give you two choices now. First, transfer all assets under your name, including this ghost market, into my underworld selection enterprise. You shall serve as the chief of my security division and receive a steady monthly salary. Second, I shall immediately summon Lord Bai and report you for monopolistic practices and using violence against an official performing their duties. I choose the first option. That will be the most prudent decision you have ever made in your life. The process of absorbing the Black Mountain Lord went far more smoothly than I had anticipated. He not only surrendered full control of the ghost market, but also brought his 8 great ghost generals and hundreds of minor spirits under my command. In a single night, I went from a solitary figure to the CEO of a company possessing hundreds of spectral employees. By the time I returned home, husband, are you unharmed? Did Black Mountain Lord not cause you any trouble? Could this truly be the seal of the underworld? I then recounted the appearance of white impermanence and described how I had turned the tables to recruit the Black Mountain Lord. I gave her a concise summary of the entire event. Husband, you are absolutely incredible. With the backing of the underworld authorities and the Black Mountain Lord's retinue, my Yang World Selection project officially accelerated into a phase of rapid development. I appointed Black Mountain Lord as the Director of Logistics and Security. As for the 8 great ghost generals, they were assigned as regional managers. They were tasked with overseeing deliveries and managing customer relations within their respective territories. I was occupied to the point of being completely overwhelmed. By day, I busied myself with sourcing and gathering goods from the mortal realm. By night, I buried myself in managing every facet of the business operations within the underworld. The underworld currency in my possession had piled up like a mountain. I even had to rent an entire warehouse just to store it all. Although I had yet to find a way to convert it into real currency, I felt as if I had reached the pinnacle of my life. That was until one day, I received an exceptionally peculiar order. The customer who placed the order was not a common spirit, but an official department of the underworld. Meng Po Station? The order content was simple: 10,000 disposable paper cups, and the contact person was none other than Meng Po herself. Upon seeing that name, my hand could not help but tremble. Now that is a true heavyweight. I dared not delay. I immediately gathered a batch of the highest quality paper cups and personally delivered them there. Little Lin, I have received the paper cups. The quality is excellent. I heard from Little Bai that you are a very sharp young man. Lady Meng, you are too kind. It is an honor for me to serve the underworld. Do not call me lady or anything of the sort. Just call me Aunt Meng. It is like this. My Mengpo station receives countless guests every day, and the workload is immense. I am considering whether some modern reforms could be implemented to increase efficiency. Aunt Meng, if you have any ideas, please speak freely. I will handle all technical matters. This broth of mine must be brewed fresh every day. The heat of the stove and the recipe itself are extremely demanding. Can you see if there are any machines or equipment in the mortal realm that could automate production while preserving the original taste? It is no trouble at all, Aunt Meng. I will design a fully automated production line for the Mengpo soup exclusively for you. From the preparation of ingredients and the brewing process to the final packaging, everything will be entirely automated. You need only press a single button to complete the entire process. Is that true? That would be wonderful. How much funding is required? I will authorize the budget for you. Aunt Meng, you are being far too formal with me. Consider this production line a personal sponsorship from me. Look at it as my humble contribution to the infrastructure of the underworld. Very well. I shall remember this favor. I must return to my duties now. If anyone in the underworld dares to trouble you in the future, just speak my name. Understood, Aunt Meng. Please, continue with your work. With a connection like Mengpa, my business prospects in the underworld have certainly become much more secure. Have the formula parameters been fully calibrated? Everything is complete. Boss Lin, I must be honest. When I was alive, I always harbored a desire to do something that would change the world. Never did I imagine that after death, I would be part of such a magnificent project as this automated Mengpo soup production line. Boss, something has happened. What is the meaning of this? Black Mountain Lord and all 8 of the great ghost generals have lost contact. Lost contact? What exactly are you implying? I have just returned from patrolling the experience store in the western outskirts. The shop has been completely demolished. The ghost staff reported that it was the work of a group of ghost enforcers clad in black armor. They have seized Black Mountain Lord and all of the ghost generals. They also claimed that they would be coming for you next, boss. What did you say? You are Lin Xiao? Who are you people? The Underworld enforcement team acts under the command of the Kui judge. We have come to apprehend a high-level criminal for disrupting the order between the living and the dead. Lin Xiao. I am a supplier, certified by the Underworld. My business license was signed personally by King Yama himself. On what grounds do you intend to arrest me? A certificate? That was merely a passing whim. You are nothing but a mere mortal. Yet you dare to meddle in the affairs of the afterlife, filling this entire underworld with miasma and plunging it into chaos. You have sowed panic throughout the netherworld? And now you even seek to interfere with the Mengpo Bridge, the very foundation of the underworld? By the command of the Kui judge, you shall be cast into the 18 levels of hell, never to be reincarnated for all eternity. Cease your actions. Who dares lay a hand on my husband? A red-clothed, vengeful spirit of 3 years? HMPH. Quite interesting. It is a pity that before the disciplinary officers, you are nothing but a mantis trying to block a chariot. Ching ching. Husband, you must flee immediately. I only wanted to conduct a little business to improve everyone's quality of life. How did it end up like this? Why does the Kui judge persist in targeting me? Drag him away. Farewell, mortal. VIP client Lin Xiao is under malicious attack. The security system has been activated. Establishing counterattack protocols. Protocols have been generated. Option 1. Expend 100 billion in underworld currency to summon heavenly lightning for a destructive strike. Option 2. Expend 10 billion in underworld currency to initiate legal proceedings and petition the heavenly court. Option 3. Expend 1 billion in underworld currency to contact the client relationship manager for private mediation. Please make your selection. Heaven and Earth Bank, is it? So, since when did I become a VIP customer? Could it be because of the mountain of underworld currency piling up in that warehouse? I choose option 3. Selection has been processed. Greetings, esteemed VIP client of the Heaven and Earth Bank, Mr. Lin Xiao. I am your designated personal account manager. Identification number 001. How may I be of service to you? I have been assaulted by the agents of the underworld. They are attempting to apprehend me, and my friend has been injured as well. Understood. Accessing the surveillance footage of the scene now. Oh, I see. It is merely a group of insignificant lackeys under Old Thoy's command. Calm yourself. It is a trivial matter. Please wait for a moment. Hello. Is that Old Thoy? I am calling from the Heaven and Earth Bank. Your subordinates are currently causing a disturbance at one of our clients' residences. Furthermore, they have wounded the client's companion. Yes, exactly. The very same mortal who has been generating massive revenue for your underworld lately. I care nothing for your excuses. Order your men to withdraw immediately. Otherwise, you would do well to consider the fate of your budget for tomorrow. What? Are you truly from the Heaven and Earth Bank? Zhang Dao, you despicable wretch. How dare you lay a hand on a VIP client of the Heaven and Earth Bank? Do you not realize that they authorize half of the underworld's operating funds? Do you intend for all of us to starve next year? Apologize to Mr. Lin immediately. If he does not forgive you, you can drag yourself to the path of beasts and reincarnate there. Mr. Lin, Grandfather Lin, I was blind and failed to recognize a true titan. I am a wretch. Please, I beg of you, spare my life. I have an 80-year-old ghost mother above and a newborn ghost child below. They cannot survive without me, sir. If apologies were of any use, what would be the purpose of your discipline squad? Then what do you suggest we do, sir? As long as you can quell your anger, you have struck her, and her soul essence is now highly unstable. Can you heal her, Brother Lin? She is a red-clad specter with an extremely malevolent aura. My previous palm strike has damaged her foundational essence. Unless we possess a top-tier soul-nourishing wood, she will suffer total soul dispersion within 3 days. Dear Mr. Lin, VIP customers are entitled to emergency medical services. The system is now deducting 50 billion underworld coins from your account in exchange for one 9-turn soul-returning pill. Husband, where am I? Ching ching. You are safe now. A 9-turn soul-returning pill? This is an elixir personally refined by the Grand Supreme Elderly Lord. The cost of the medicine is 50 billion, not to mention the compensation for my mental anguish and the loss of business productivity. How do you intend to compensate me for this? Gee, Grandpa Lin, I cannot afford such compensation. Even if we sold the entire patrol squad, we would not be able to scrape together that amount. HMPH, you cannot afford it? Very well. Summon your judge to settle this debt. Tell him that if I do not receive the compensation by dawn, I shall personally call my account manager to have a discussion regarding the underworld's financial budget. Zhang Kui sends his deepest apologies to Mr. Lin on my behalf. The underworld will take full responsibility for the compensation. We will pay the 50 billion for the elixir in full. Furthermore, we shall provide an additional 100 billion underworld coins as compensation for your mental anguish. Moreover, those who were detained, such as Lord Haishan, shall be released immediately. The shop that was damaged will also be restored to the highest possible standards. Additionally, in a personal capacity, I wish to gift Mr. Lin a judge's command token. With this command token, you may mobilize 100,000 underworld soldiers and travel freely between the realms of the living and the dead, without any restrictions whatsoever. Very well, this matter is considered concluded. However, I need to know why you targeted me in the first place. Brother Lin, it is a long story. It is not that I, Thoi, intentionally wish to make things difficult for you, but there are complications involved. In truth, what I am doing is for your own protection. Protection, you say? Are you aware that the automated production line you provided to Meng Po has jeopardized the livelihood of certain individuals? Who, exactly? The Heavenly Court, perhaps? The most vital ingredient for Meng Po's concoctions, the sorrow forget grass, has always been supplied exclusively by the Heavenly Court's medicinal gardens. Every year, the underworld must pay a massive sum of immortal jade for this privilege. Yet your equipment, through the analysis of big data, has identified an inexpensive substitute for the sorrow forget grass that is nearly identical in efficacy, while costing less than 1% of the original price. I had not expected that I would unintentionally seize the rice bowl of the Heavenly Court. The Heavenly Court has already dispatched someone to descend and confront you. I received confidential information, which forced me to resort to this drastic measure. I must first lock you away in the prison of the Underworld Prefecture. That is my domain, and at the very least, it can ensure your safety for the time being. So who has the Heavenly Court sent? The spirit-sensing deity. He should have reached the southern heaven gate by now. Although you have the backing of the Heaven and Earth Bank, those in the Heavenly Court do not concern themselves with mere wealth. They only speak through the language of force. You must look to your own survival. Here is your magistrate's command token. If it pleases you, this humble one shall no longer disturb you, my lord. Husband, what shall we do? When soldiers come, we block them with generals. When water rises, we dam it with earth. There is nothing to fear. Greetings. Can netherworld currency be converted into merit points? Certainly, Brother Lin. 100 million in netherworld currency equates to 1 merit point. May I ask how much you wish to convert? Convert 10,000 points for now. 10,000 merit points have been successfully credited to your account. Merit points can be utilized to exchange for immortal techniques and divine artifacts in the store. For your first conversion, you have been granted a complimentary newcomer's package. We wish you a pleasant shopping experience. Just wait until I recharge my cultivation resources to grow stronger. I will eventually subdue you and force you to serve as my personal guardian. 10,000 merit points might sound like a significant sum, but the top-tier cultivation manuals demand tens or even hundreds of thousands. Therefore, I had no choice but to settle for items that were both affordable and effective. I spent 1,000 merit points to acquire a trial version of a divine ability called Word Manifestation. The description states that, as long as one possesses sufficient merit, the spoken word can influence reality to a certain degree. I then spent another 2,000 points to exchange for a set of Cloud Mist Rain Gear from Nguyen Than. Not only was it aesthetically pleasing, but it also possessed a formidable defensive function capable of repelling any attack below the Golden Immortal realm. I spent the remainder of my merit points on standard draws. It is time to gamble. Let us see if I can turn a bicycle into a motorcycle. And reality proved that I am indeed a chosen child of heaven. After drawing 99 times and receiving nothing but better luck next time, on the final attempt, I pulled a special item that radiated a brilliant golden light, an absolute defense card, a one-time use item, with the power to block a single fatal blow from any opponent at or below the quasi-saint level. The duration of effect is 24 hours. Gazing at this card, I could not help but smile. At last, I have a trump card to protect my life. The following day, just as the sky began to brighten, a majestic voice echoed like rolling thunder, descending upon my residential complex. You mortal Lin Xiao, come out at once and meet your end. It is beginning to rain. I must head home to take in the laundry, I replied, using my divine ability. The weather today is truly beautiful. Not a single cloud for 10,000 miles, and the sunlight is radiant and warm. What? You dare to play tricks on me? Watch, as I take this axe and cleave this building of yours in two. The axe in your hand is actually your long-lost biological brother, reunited after many years. Brother, is it truly you? How have you been living all these years? Enough, giant spirit god. Cease your weeping. I am Lin Xiao, the CEO of the Underworld Selection. Regarding the commercial dispute concerning the ingredients for Meng Po's soup, I believe we can sit down and discuss this properly. Who exactly are you? How could you possess such a bizarre and uncanny divine ability? My crime? I am merely an ordinary merchant, nothing of note. Let us move to another location to converse. I shall treat you to a coffee. What is this concoction they call a caramel macchiato? Does it taste better than the jade nectar of the Queen Mother of the West? Give him the largest size of your flash quasi-coffee. This beverage is bitter and astringent. It does not even compare to the spring water of my homeland. Ling Shen, I am well aware of the reason for your arrival. It concerns the business of Granny Meng's soup. It is true that we have infringed upon the interests of the heavenly court. However, in a market economy, the law remains the same. The strong survive, and the weak are eliminated. The production costs of your forget-me-not herbs are exorbitant. They should have been phased out long ago. Absurd. Forget-me-not is an immortal herb of the heavenly court. How could it be compared to the mundane things of your mortal realm? It is entirely replaceable. Observe for yourself. Over the past 500 years, the production cost of the forget-me-not has increased by 300 times. Yet, the price sold to the underworld has surged 3,000 times. Where has that surplus profit vanished to? It has surely slipped straight into the pockets of the manager of your medicinal herb garden, has it not? My purpose here is not to confront the heavenly court. I have come to seek an opportunity for cooperation. The heavenly court possesses the technology and the prestige, while I possess the distribution channels and the market. We shall establish a joint venture and develop consumer goods for the mortal realm together. We could install smart exhaust systems for the kitchen god, and upgrade the high-capacity backup batteries for the god of thunder and the goddess of lightning. The profits shall be split 5-5. Lin Xiao, how has the task I entrusted to you progressed? Have you dealt with that mortal yet? That mortal? He has enticed me into rebellion. Greetings, Jade Emperor. I am Lin Xiao. Regarding the evaluation of KPIs and the upgrading of the heavenly court's industrial chain, I believe we could discuss matters further. In the end, the Jade Emperor accepted my proposal for cooperation. The Heavenly Court and my Yin Realm recruitment agency officially reached a strategic partnership agreement. Not only was I spared from punishment, but the Jade Emperor personally appointed me as the special economic advisor to the three realms, tasked with directing the modernization reforms for both the Heavenly Court and the Underworld. My business ventures expanded from the depths of the Underworld all the way up to the celestial heavens. I installed fiber optic cables for the Old Man of the Moon, so he could utilize big data technology to arrange predestined marriages. The success rate of his matchmaking soared to 50%. I also developed an online payment system for the god of wealth. From now on, incense and candle offerings can be paid for by simply scanning a code. It is both convenient and efficient. I even convinced the Grand Supreme Elderly Lord to renovate his alchemy furnace into a fully automated medicinal pill production line. The output of elixirs increased tenfold, yet the production cost plummeted. Throughout the three realms, my influence can be felt everywhere. I have become the wealthiest individual in the three realms, living up to my reputation. As for my uncle from 2 years ago, the man who only wished for a single air conditioner, he has now become the executive vice president of the Underworld, driving his high-end spirit paper luxury car every day to play golf with the 10 kings of hell. Meanwhile, Black Mountain Lord has been appointed as the head of security for my corporation. The Yin soldiers under his command have all been equipped with the most advanced immortal weapons, tasked with maintaining commercial order across the three realms. Everything has fallen into place perfectly. That day, after handling my affairs and returning home, Guyan Than Than was dressed in simple loungewear. She was busily preparing dinner for me. After we finished eating, we sat out on the balcony to watch the shimmering stars in the sky. My love, tell me, where do people go after they die? They probably go to a place where they have to beg others online to click a link just to afford a moon-chilling air conditioner. I do not want to be reincarnated anymore. Oh? Why is that? Because in this human world, there is you, and that is far more interesting.